Welcome. In front of me I have the brand new iPad Pro 11-inch, and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick look at the brand new device from Apple. So anyway, let's just get straight in there. I have these pretty nice pull tabs right here, so I can just yoink those. And let's get in here. Here we have our 11-inch tablet. A bit warm for some reason. Anyway, that's going to be booting up, and I'm going to move over the rest of the packaging. So in here we get some paperwork, and that's about it. Maybe some stickers. So do we have the fantastic Apple stickers, or did they skimp out on these as well? Oh, no, it looks like they already decided to skimp out on those too. Okay, great. Fantastic that they don't even include that, considering the device costs over, well, 1,200 freaking euros. Okay. Anyway, below that we have a cable, braided, so that's pretty nice. It's a Type-C to Type-C. Obviously, Apple is using Type-C for their iPads and iPhones now as well. Now, there is no charger for 1,200 freaking dollars, and for a company that claims, oh, we do it for the environment because we're so good. That's why we produce dog shit devices every single year in, year out. And that's why we decided to slam a lawsuit against the company that decided to refurbish our device, iPhone specifically, in China, instead of destroying them per contract. Because that's how much we care about it. We want you to buy the new device, not refurbish the old one to save the planet. That's why we're suing them. Okay, anyway, let's get into it. Obviously, as you can probably tell from my tone right here, I absolutely love shitting on Apple because they're just hypocritical pieces of shit. Tim Cook, is such a stuck-up little shit that it just... I have no words. Just buy your mom an iPhone. How about no? I got better ways to spend my money. So anyway, let's get into this. Now, that's basically it for me shit-talking this brand. I'm not gonna really talk about the device. Not gonna crap on the device itself, as they're pretty good for what they offer, or what they're supposed to be. But I will obviously leisurely crap on Apple as a company. So, getting into this device, we have a 11-inch display, which you can see right now, with a fairly minimal bezels, though they're nothing outstanding, considering other tablets can have literally half of that size. And because of that, we have only an 84.2% screen-to-body ratio. This is running what they're calling Ultra Retina Tandem OLED display. That's a lot of bullshit in there, but basically what it boils down to, it's an OLED display running 120 Hz refresh rate without even HDR10 plus certification, just HDR10, Dolby Vision, and a peak brightness of 1600 nits. It also has a 264 pixels per inch because it's running a resolution of 1668 by 2420. Now, the display right here is actually pretty nice. Obviously, the fact that it's running at 120 Hz, it's going to be pretty sweet. And I think that was already the case for the previous generations of these iPads. So again, nothing really stand out right here. So the display right here is pretty nice. Just the bezels could have been a little bit smaller, considering the device cost whopping 1,200 euros. Now, continuing on into the internals, we have the brand new Apple M4 processor in here. So this will give you just stupid amounts of power, basically the most out of any other device on the market that you can buy. But obviously for $1,200, you would expect it to do that, plus probably give you a BJ on top of that. So yeah. Anyway, now when it comes down to storage right here, Apple obviously hasn't really upgraded that much, considering this is what Apple would basically want you to swap laptops for. it comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. Now this is the base entry, and luckily it can actually go higher, up to 2 terabytes of weapon storage and 16 gigs of RAM. So you can completely overkill this device for no reason. 2 terabytes of storage is just insane. I think this is, at this moment, the most amount of storage I have seen on a device like a tablet or phone. And 16 gigabytes of RAM is also a sufficient amount for multitasking, so this will obviously add to usability. But $1,200 is for the base entry price, not the 2 terabytes with 16 gigs of RAM. That's probably over 2,000 euros. Yay! Logical prices. Anyway, now when it comes up to the cameras, we have single camera along with the LiDAR. Now the single camera right here is a 12 megapixel wide sensor. Now the thing below that is the depth or time of flight 3D LiDAR scanner, the thing that also iPhones have that allow you to 3D scan objects, rooms and stuff like that, and basically have a 3D map of it, which is actually pretty useful for certain specific use case scenarios. Now at the front we have a little selfie right here, which you can now see it, along with some sensors on each side, and that houses another 12 megapixel ultra wide this time. And with those cameras, at least the back ones, so the single back one 12 megapixel, you can record videos at 4K 2425, that's a weird mention, but basically goes all the way up to 60 frames. 1080p allows you to go up to 60 along with slow motion of 120 and 240 with gyroscopic electronic image stabilization and something that they're calling ProRes. So yeah, and it also has some cinematic modes and whatever, so basically just software stuff. Now in terms of the selfie right here, this will allow you to also do 60 but only at 1080p with no slow motion. So there we go. Now with that being said, this basically almost sums up the device. Last thing to mention probably will be that the device is running iPad OS 17.5, so obviously I think everyone would expect that. It has a pencil support, so if you want to use that you can, though obviously pencil is sold separately for $1,200. Well, the pencil doesn't cost $1,200, referring to the price, their pricing scheme. For $1,200 you don't get a pencil. And that's about it. So one last thing that you probably realize that I didn't mention is the battery right here. Because obviously Apple is special snowflakes that don't give a shit about any kind of typical, marketing. No, they're just giving you that it has a 31 watt hours, not milliamps. So we have no way of knowing what the actual size of the battery right here is. Fantastic. So the reason I'm pointing that out right here is because technically you can, for instance, lower the wattages for processor that the device needs to run, gimp it a bit, and then get better battery life. So it's also, I would say, knowing what the exact battery size is when paying 1,200 euros, I would say is a must. I would like to know what's exactly in this device, not just guessing or taking it apart to figure that shit out. So I genuinely don't like this. So anyway, that's the brand new iPad Pro from Apple that cares so much about the environment. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to smash like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.